Hello, hi guys. I'm Joy from Joylight Transformational Coaching. It's really nice to be on video again. So the last time I talk about NLP, it was an introduction video, and I also shared about the first 4 presuppositions for NLP. So today I will talk about presuppositions number 5 to 8. So before I start, I thought let's recap what is NLP and what are the first 4 presuppositions. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, NLP stands for Neuro Linguistic Programming, and N stands for neuro, which is how the mind works, and L stands for linguistic, which is how language affects us, and P stands for programming, how we sequence our actions to achieve our goals. That's NLP. So we shared about the first 4 presuppositions the last time. The first presupposition is hello. The first presupposition is the map is not the territory. Presuppositions number 2, having a choice is better than not having one. Presupposition number 3 is people make the best choice they can at the moment. Presupposition number 4, everyone is working perfectly. Thank you for the heart. So today let's talk about presuppositions number 5 to 8. Are you ready? Here we go. Presupposition number 5 states that every action have a purpose. Our actions are never random, even when we are not aware of it. When was the one time that you did what you thought was random, but on retrospective, you understood that you had an intention? Thank you, steady divine. So say for example, perhaps there was this one time you decided that you want to go and take a walk because you feel like you are too much in your head, you're in the office the whole day, and you needed fresh air and just to clear your head. But what you now realize was at that point, what you really wanted was you wanted to walk that area because you were hoping to catch your friend, you were hoping that your friend is around the corner, but you didn't realize that actually at a point you needed company, you wanted friends, you didn't know, you thought that you just wanted a walk. Just something like that. It's a very simple example, but I think when you think about your own life, you should be able to find some occasions where you did what you thought was random, but actually there was a purpose to it. Okay, NLP presupposition number 6. Every behavior has a positive intention. Yes, I know it can be a little bit challenging to think about this for certain occasion or for certain people in your life, but this is presupposition number 6. So NLP distinguishes between the intention and the action itself. A person does not equate to his behavior. Say for example, somebody always does something that you're not happy about when he's angry. Perhaps he makes very hurtful comments when he's upset, and it affects the people around him. And of course it affects you. You get upset when he makes all these hurtful remarks and you want to communicate with him about this. Instead of addressing the person, blaming the person, criticizing the person, you want to address the behavior. So meaning, instead of saying, why are you always being, you can try saying, when you behave like that, it makes me feel like this. When you behave like that, it seems like, so you brought out the attention is focused on the behavior instead on the person. That's when you use words like being, or you're always like this, like that. And are you guilty of that? Well, I think all of us sometimes we do to that. So take it easy, but now that you know, you have to try and be a bit more aware. I'm like, okay, I must rephrase what I want to say. There is many other ways that I can put my message across without the person being on the defense, and I get a higher chance of getting what I want. Yes? Okay, thank you for the hearts. So consider an occasion where you had an intention, but your action failed to convey the correct message. For instance, you wanted to show your appreciation for somebody, but somehow along the way during the conversation, it didn't happen. The conversation went a little bit south. So eventually, in the end, you did not manage to fulfill your intention, which was to show appreciation. So in this case, your intention was to show appreciation, but in terms of action, you failed. You did not succeed in conveying what you wanted to say. So presupposition number 6 states every behavior has a positive intention. Thank you guys for joining. Okay, come the next one. Presupposition number 7. The conscious mind balances the unconscious mind. It is not malicious. I know when it comes to the unconscious mind, there's so many theories out there, what it actually does, what it doesn't does. But the reality is the conscious mind and the unconscious mind, they're like siblings, they work together. It is one mind. It is your mind. The unconscious mind contains data that we do not require in the existing moment, but it is what we need to live in the balance. So think of a time when you decided on a course of action, but change your mind because instinctively you felt otherwise and it all turned out to be the right decision. Say you planned a trip and you booked the flight tickets and you were, as the time goes closer, somehow you feel that you shouldn't be on this trip, you shouldn't go on this trip. You consciously do not understand why you felt that way, but you went ahead and you did not go for your trip. And in the end, because you didn't go for your trip, you met your wife, you met your husband, because you were in town, something like that. So have you ever had an occasion where you had a plan and you maybe even execute part of the plan or was about to execute, then something happens that you couldn't explain, you get this sensation, you get this feeling that perhaps I shouldn't be doing that. Even though you didn't consciously understand why, you went ahead with that instinct, that feeling, and it turned out to be the right decision. Have you ever had any occasions or experiences like this? I know I certainly did. So that is presupposition number 7 for you. That the unconscious mind balances the conscious mind. It is not malicious. It is your mind. Finally, the last one, presupposition number 8. Are you ready for that? Presupposition number 8 states that the meaning of the communications is not just what you intended, but it's also the response you get. Okay, I know that's quite lengthy, so let's break it down into 3 parts. The first part is the meaning of your communication. The second part is your intention. What is your message? What is the intention behind the message? And the third part is the response that you get. That's the most crucial part, don't you think? So we have meaning, intention, and response. How often have you had that experience where the person just doesn't get what you meant? And I'm guilty of it, of occasions like this where I would say, why can't you get what I mean? Why can't you get what I say? But you know, we have to take responsibility for the communication. If the person that you're talking to cannot understand what you're saying, or you know that the correct message has not been conveyed yet, you have to take responsibility for it. Remember, when you point your finger at someone, 4 other fingers are pointing somewhere. Yes, you. So if someone has trouble trying to understand what you're trying to say, the message is not being received, then try to say it in different ways. Repeat yourself. Use different words. Use analogy. Use examples. Do whatever it takes. Be creative to get your message across, because the whole point of the communication is because you had something to say. You have a message, yes? So then it's your responsibility to get it across, especially when you know the person is not getting it. Blaming the person, saying things like, why can't you understand? It's not productive at all. Nobody gets on a train not intending to reach its destination. You don't go on a tram or take a cab and don't intend to go where you wanted to go. That wouldn't make sense. And by the same token, if you communicate with someone, clearly you have a message, then make sure it reach its destination. It is your job to make sure that your message get across to the other person. So here we have it, presuppositions number 5 to 8. Thank you. So let's recap presupposition number 5 to 8. Here I have written for you a quick recap. So this is the NLP definition. This is the 4 presuppositions that we did during the last video, and today we're focusing on 5 and 8. So this is a recap. Presupposition number 5 says all action has a purpose. Presupposition number 6, every behavior has a positive intention. Presupposition number 7, the unconscious mind balances the conscious. It is not malicious. And presupposition number 7, the last one, the meaning of the communication is not just what you intended, but also the response that you get. I hope you find today's NLP introduction second video helpful. I actually have a blog post about this. You can go to my website joylight.com for all of this. It is joylight.com/joylight-35. I can show you if you can see. I hope you can see. So anyway, I hope you had fun, because I definitely did. NLP is very interesting, and you can think about all the presuppositions and consider how you can apply them in your life to make your life more effective, more productive, and for you to be a happier person. So please check out my website, which is joyling.com, and you can find me at Twitter and Instagram at joyling. I hope to see you there, and stay tuned for the next video. I will post soon the final NLP introduction video number 3, where I will share the next final 5 NLP presupposition. If it has been interesting to you, please remember to follow me, and if this has been useful for you, please share with your friends on your channel. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. Everyone have a spectacular day. Here's to your elevation. See ya.